Psalms 23, verses 3 and 4. English Standard Version. Finna do a mini sermon, y'all. Welcome, beautiful born-again TIs. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So, if you are not experiencing this with the Lord, it's not the Lord's fault. It's not the Lord not keeping his word. It's your fault if you're not experiencing this as a TI. These wonderful, beautiful words. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So, because I want all of you beautiful born-again TIs to be blessed and to experience God, the very real, breathing, living God working and fighting for you, I constantly will bring up tithes and offerings, because for many of you, that is what is keeping you from experiencing the fullness of God's presence and of his blessings in your life, and making this program bearable for you. For so many TIs, they're at the end of their rope. They're constantly just hanging in there, and it doesn't have to be like that for you. It can be awesome. Life can be awesome even as a TI with God's presence, with his help, with his blessings, with him leading us. Again, your unwillingness to pay your tithes and offerings and make sure that they go to the poor is what's keeping you from experiencing the fullness of God's presence and his miraculous power in your lives. The church loves to rail about Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah. The love of money is the root of all evil. Not helping the poor is just about the worst thing that you can do. Really quickly, Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 46. Behold, this was the guilt of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters had pride, excess of food, and prosperous ease. That's like the U.S. Most people live large compared to the rest of the world. Pride, excess of food, and prosperous ease, but did not aid the poor and needy. So the church should be railing about Sodom and Gomorrah, but it should be with respect to the love of money, because it is the root of all evil. So if you're not experiencing what Psalms 23 says, you've got to get your life right with God. And I would almost bet, okay, if I was a betting man, if I was a gambling man, that you're not paying your tithes and offerings. And with TIs who do not, and I've talked and communicated with many, what they are going through is so sad. They can barely stand up. They can barely bear what they're going through. But they still won't pay their tithes and offerings. And for me, God's presence is so amazing. I praise him and worship him. And he's making this easier and easier and easier, to the point where I know if I have to live my whole life as a TI with God's presence and his intercession, my life can still be wonderful and full. Okay? Get to know the Lord. Pay your tithes and offerings. Like, subscribe, and share. God bless.